All right, everyone, welcome back into another NBA props video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets today on Saturday in the NBA. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, real quickly, doing a recap from yesterday, just annoying day in the sense that it was another good day. I'm not going to complain about profit for you guys there, but two DNPs there. So this ended up being like a half a unit of profit there, depending on obviously what you're betting on. I typically do one bet, 1 unit. That's kind of what we're doing here. So very annoying there. But also what was really annoying is that the Kings showed up, guys. So yesterday we had another lock bet, which was Sabonis to get under his fantasy score. That did not happen. The Kings really ruined so many good slips. It would have been a very good day had that game went the way Vegas had thought, where Boston was 10-point favorites. But I did mention during the deep dive, during the game-by-game breakdown, my biggest concern with the Kings was that they'd be motivated to play well, given the fact that they got their coach fired. Again, that's why I like to do the game-by-game breakdown. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on into the games that we have today. And for what it's worth, guys, the lock bets have now went 5 for 6 on the year, which we'd take. Again, lock bets, I'm not trying to say that's a lock to hit. It's more of the sense that it's a really good bet that we should be going out of our way to target. Really, if we could hit, on average, even 3 for 5 on those, I would love that as well, like statistically speaking. But looking at today, guys, we got Utah versus Phoenix as the first game. Utah is still extremely banged up here, guys, with Jordan Clarkson out, John Collins out, Keontae George out. We know what to expect, okay? So Colin Sexton is a player that does see a big bump in his minutes and his production. His per 36 production, he averages about 5 more points and 2 more assists. Now, the data is already adjusting for all that, so we're not exactly getting big edges for him. Same thing with Lauri Markkanen as well, who could see a slight minutes bump there. We were seeing his over rebounds could be a bet that we would target. Again, this is going to be more of a bet that I like on other sites, but still a 53.3% likelihood for this bet to hit. I think I'd be fine actually using Lauri Markkanen to get over his rebounds here. If you guys want to go with that, you can. I was hoping we'd actually get some good bets on Colin Sexton or Lauri Markkanen, but we're really not. Just sorting by the game here. The best bet that we have is like Lauri Markkanen, I would say, over his rebounds. I don't really love the idea of going with Ryan Dunn for under his fantasy score. It's an okay bet. We see kind of the last couple of games now has struggled, and that's just primarily due to his minutes being lower over the past few games than what they were previously. And so, yeah, if the minutes are still capped at about 24, I could see betting the under. That is the best bet on the board, actually. I mean, I'm going to bet it, but I don't. It's not one I'm excited to get to. Same thing with Grayson Allen, who gets a very good matchup here as well. It is worth calling out that this game is an 11-point spread in favor of the Suns winning as well, so that could be part of it as well. Someone like Grayson Allen would definitely not get as much run, whereas someone like Ryan Dunn might get some blowout run. So a little bit of concern there. We are seeing that Grayson Allen been consistent, I would say, in terms of his production. But I think if you're betting that, you're really betting on the blowout there. Another bet where, we're getting a little bit too low here. Bradley Beal's popping up here. So let's just actually go ahead and jump on into the next game here, guys. And it's a very limited game slate today, guys. We have 3 games that are postponed. Okay, so kind of crazy there. Looking at Toronto versus Detroit, pretty healthy for both of them. I mean, Jay and Ivy's still out, but we've seen that a decent amount lately. And then Abaji, doubtful, so we're expecting him to sit as well. Quickly, still seeing that minutes bump from his average. But looking at guys like Tobias Harris under his fantasy score is the best bet, and then RJ Barrett for over his fantasy score is a decent bet. So again, with this being a smaller set, let's just go ahead and jump on into the PrizePicks cheat sheet portion of this as well, so you guys can see a deeper dive. Okay, so we are seeing Tobias Harris for under his fantasy score be a bet that kind of we're being told to make. We see the last couple of games he's gone the over, where prior to that had been on a good streak. Actually, we're seeing lots of streaks with him here, which is interesting there with Tobias Harris. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he is a streaker. I don't know. I just don't love the matchup there. I'd rather go with RJ Barrett. With him, we see the matchup 11th DVP rank, so I'm kind of fine with that in terms of fantasy points. And we see all the other data points are kind of telling us to bet the over here. You see 35, 29, 40, 27, so pretty good stuff there as well. Actually, let's take a peek at his game long. So in 2 games against Detroit, 23, and then 41. No real takeaway there in terms of the matchup. So okay bet. We're getting okay bets here today. We'll go ahead and jump on into the next game. Well, actually, one more that I wanted to call out to you guys. This Scotty Barnes bet, again, more of a traditional sports bet. I actually don't mind the over here. Okay, we are seeing Bovada has it at 4.5. I actually don't mind to get over 5.5. We are seeing a terrible streak there where he was consistently not getting the over, and then last game 8. I think it's an okay over bet. Okay, we look at all the data points they have coming in, projection, the average adjusted for his projected minutes, the VPM, DVP, all is kind of telling us he could get the over. That would probably go hand in hand in RJ Barrett getting his over fantasy score as well. Actually, maybe you could pair that together. But again, this is going to be more of a good traditional sportsbook bet. So one of these bets flips at 5.5. If you guys want to do that, you bet the over at plus 115. pretty good odds. They're typically pretty extreme there, guys. So if you are some of the bets on Fliff, you could do that there. FanDuel, DraftKings, you could do that there as well, about 105 on those sites. So we'll go ahead now and jump on into the next game. Memphis got a little bit healthy, guys. Only Marcus Smart in terms of like big minutes is projected to sit. We are seeing Dante DiVincenzo been seeing a little bit more minutes recently. And so we look at the prop bets that we're getting for this game, another game where we're just really not getting that many good prop bets. It's kind of just one of those slates. Again, like with like Jalen Wells, you could potentially want to bet his over on a site where he does get difficult matchup, but he has been seeing a little bit of a minutes bump, and maybe do that on FanDuel, Bet Rivers, but really not worthwhile as a whole. We are seeing very much hit or miss though. And then lastly, guys, looking at Miami. Okay, so Jimmy Butler's still suspended for Portland. Jeremy Grant's out. So with Jeremy Grant out, we have seen Denny Avdia get a lot more minutes, and he's been productive in that sense. But again, really not getting that many good prop bets. We are getting DeAndre Ayton for under rebounds and assists of 11.5. This is going to be a bet that I do expect to get bumped as well. So really not worth putting in the bet of the day there for you guys. If it's still available, by all means, you could run that out. But a very tight board as it sits right now. Now, I do want to call it, we are getting plenty of good college basketball prop bets that are popping up on the 9-to-5 PrizePicks and Underdog cheat sheets, guys. Probably going to be, some of them are probably going to be live by the time this video is put up, with them being the early games, but we are still getting some good afternoon games. So be on the lookout for those good prop bets that are popping up there as well. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys want access to the 9-to-5 day, just go on over to 9to5sports.com, get access to that for just $10 a month. Included in that, you'll get fantasy golf coverage, the PrizePicks and Underdog cheat sheets, and it's the lowest membership costs that are out there for any other sites that's offering what I'm offering, really by a wide margin. So go ahead and check that out, guys. Again, $10 a month, 9to5sports.com. Check that out. All right, so again, guys, probably not going to be able to get to the DeAndre Ayton one by the time this video is uploaded. So going to be looking at a 4-slip bet here for NBA specifically. Again, we're getting good college basketball prop bets, NFL bets as well. This is an NBA video. Want to give an NBA slip out, but it's an okay board today. So we got Ryan Dunn under fantasy score, Grayson Allen under fantasy score, RJ Barrett for over his fantasy score as well, though. But again, guys, make sure to be checking out the 9-to-5 cheat sheet to ensure that you guys are placing the best bets on the day. These are the best bets for the NBA. That's it for the video, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like to the video. Seriously, guys, like the videos. That does help out the channel a decent amount. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let's keep up the hot streak. And as always, let's keep cashing.